You're doing everything you can, but nothing is changing. You wake up every day trying harder, pushing more, yet you still feel stuck in the same place. And the hardest part is this: you start wondering if something is wrong with you. Let me say this clearly. This isn't laziness, and it's not failure. If this feels like your life right now, stay with me. Because there's a reason this keeps happening. And once you understand it, everything starts to shift. You wake up feeling tired, even after you've rested. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. You start things with hope, new plans, new goals, new intentions. But somewhere along the way, the energy fades, and nothing really gets finished. You look around and see other people moving forward, building, achieving, figuring life out. And quietly, you start to feel behind. So you begin to question yourself more than ever. Your decisions, your abilities, your worth. And the most frustrating part isn't being stuck. It's trying your absolute best and still feeling like you're failing. If this sounds familiar, hear this. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're human. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think feeling stuck means they're weak, or that they're not trying hard enough. But that's not true. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you lack effort. In fact, it often means you've been giving too much, to the wrong things, in the wrong direction. Effort alone doesn't guarantee progress. You can push with all your strength and still go nowhere if the path you are forcing yourself down no longer fits who you are. And this is the part no one tells you. Growth doesn't always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like resistance, like tension, like everything inside you is pushing back. Because sometimes feeling stuck isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign you've outgrown the life you're trying to fix. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start listening to what this phase is really trying to teach you. One of the biggest reasons you feel stuck, it's not because you're incapable, it's because you're mentally exhausted. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind that comes from carrying too much for too long. Your mind never slows down. You overthink decisions, replay conversations, worry about the future, regret the past. And even when you rest, your thoughts don't. You're trying to move forward with an overloaded mind, and clarity can't exist where there's constant noise. That's why everything feels harder than it should. Why small decisions feel overwhelming. Why motivation disappears. The moment you try to start, you're not lazy, you're drained, and you can't think your way out of mental burnout. Pushing harder only makes it worse. Sometimes the reason you feel stuck, it's because your mind is asking you to slow down, to release the pressure, to stop fighting yourself, to breathe. Because progress doesn't begin with force, it begins with clarity. Another reason you feel stuck, it's because you're trying to move forward while holding on to an old version of yourself. You want a new life, but you're using old habits, old thinking, old comfort zones. And deep down, you know, it doesn't fit anymore. You've grown. Your awareness has changed. Your standards are higher than they used to be. But instead of letting go, you keep forcing yourself, to function the way you used to, in environments, routines, and mindsets that no longer support who you're becoming. That inner conflict creates resistance, not because you're failing, but because your old identity can't carry your new direction. You can't build a chapter using the same patterns that belong to the last one. And that's why everything feels heavy. Why progress feels slow. Why do you feel stuck, no matter how hard you try? Because growth isn't about becoming more of who you were. It's about releasing what no longer fits, and allowing yourself to step into who you're becoming. Another reason you feel stuck, even when you're trying your best, is fear. Not loud fear, quiet fear. The kind that disguises itself as comfort. The kind that whispers, "At least this is familiar." You stay where you are, not because it feels good, but because it feels known. Known pay suffer. It's safer than unknown growth. So you hesitate. You delay decisions. You wait for the right time. Not because you don't want more, but because part of you is afraid. Afraid of choosing wrong. Afraid of failing again. Afraid of what people might think if you change. And without realizing it, you call their realism allistic, when it's really fear deciding for you. The comfort zone isn't comfortable, it's just predictable. And staying safer outlast safer than risking disappointment, judgment, or uncertainty. But here's the truth. Every version of growth requires discomfort. And every breakthrough begins the moment you stop letting fear lead. You don't feel stuck because you're incapable. You feel stuck because a part of you is learning how to be brave. Here's something most people never hear. Being stuck isn't a dead end. It's a transition. It's the space between who you were and who you're becoming. This phase feels uncomfortable on purpose. Your old life no longer exists, or fits, but the new one hasn't fully formed yet. And that in-between space, the confusion, the uncertainty, the silence, this is where real growth begins. Every meaningful transformation passes through this stage. Before clarity comes confusion. Before strength comes discomfort. Before direction becomes clear, everything feels uncertain. So if you feel stuck right now, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means something inside you is shifting. Your thinking is changing. Your values are evolving. Your old identity is slowly falling away. You're not lost. You're transitioning. And this phase isn't here to break you. It's here to prepare you. So what do you do now? Stop trying to fix everything at once. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need all the answers. Trying to solve everything only adds pressure, and pressure blocks clarity. Focus on one small step. One simple action today. Not to change your whole life, but to create movement. Clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from motion. Create space for your mind to breathe. Walk. Write. Sit in silence. Not to escape your life, but to hear yourself again. And be patient with this version of you. You're not behind. You're rebuilding. Progress right now doesn't look like speed. It looks like honesty. It looks like slowing down long enough to choose a better direction. And this is how you begin to move forward again. Let me remind you of something important. You are not behind in life. You are not broken. And you have not wasted your potential. The fact that you feel stuck means you care. It means you're aware. It means you're now willing. Willing to settle for a life that doesn't feel true to you. And that's strength. Strength even if it doesn't feel like it yet. This version of you, the one questioning everything, the one feeling uncomfortable, the one searching for meaning, it is not weak. That version is waking up. Every challenge you're facing right now is shaping your character, sharpening your awareness, and preparing you for the next level of your life. You're not falling apart. You're being rebuilt. And one day, you'll be back. Look back and realize this phase wasn't stopping you. It was shaping you. So if you are still here, this message was meant to find you. This phase will either frustrate you or transform you. And the difference lies in what you do next. Clarity won't arrive all at once. It reveals itself step by step. As you keep moving forward, the next choice matters. The next thought matters. The next action, no matter how small, matters. And in the next video, we'll talk about do. At to do when motivation disappears and how to keep moving forward even when you don't feel ready. Stay with one. Power Mind Studio. Because this journey isn't over, it's just beginning. And sometimes, the video you watch next, it is the one that changes everything.